Atlanta Media Group, Jailbreaks and Murders, Countdown. Number 8, Kurtis Ray Wesson. Kurtis Ray Wesson was serving a 15-year sentence at a West Tennessee state prison for aggravated kidnapping and aggravated child molestation. On August 7, 2019, Kurtis Ray Wesson decided to add rape, murder, and escape to his criminal resume. While working a prison detail on August 7, 2019, Kurtis Ray Wesson wandered off to one of the female administration homes which was on the prison compound, where he broke into the 64-year-old woman's home, raped her, and strangled her to death before escaping on one of the penitentiary tractors. He was caught 4 days later. Number 7, Quentin Truhill, Kentrell Johnson, and Peter Hughes. On March 30th, 2010, these three escaped from a sheriff's office in Mentor, Louisiana, after holding an officer hostage. The trio then went on a crime spree through Louisiana and Florida, committing robberies, kidnap, murder, and thefts. All three of the men were apprehended in Miami, Florida within 2 weeks after their escape and charged with the murder of a Florida State University grad student who they kidnapped and stabbed to death.
Guilty as charged.
Number 6, Daniel Runwick, John McLaughlin, and Tracy Provitt all escaped from an Arizona State Penitentiary on July 30th, 2010. All three of the men were serving a life sentence from crime ranging from kidnap, attempted murder, and murder. Shortly after their escape on August 11, 2010, McLaughlin and accomplice killed an Oklahoma couple that was on vacation in Santa Rosa, New Mexico, and burnt their camper. All three of the men was caught within 30 days and returned back to prison. Number 5, Said To Shakur. Said To Shakur is a black female that had ties to the Black Liberal Army in the 70s. In 1977, Said To Shakur was sentenced to life imprisonment due to her part in the murder of a state trooper that was killed during a shootout in the New Jersey Turnpike in 1973. But in 1979, during a visitation from 3 members of the Black Liberal Army, Said To Shakur escaped. During the visitation, the members pulled out concealed handguns and a stick of dynamite, held 2 guards hostage, and then somehow escaped in a van. Said To Shakur was never seen again. Number 4, Danny Russel Rowe and Ricky Dubas. Both men were serving time for armed robbery. Dubas 20 years and Rowe life imprisonment. But on June 13, 2017, both men decided to add murder, escape, and carjacking to their criminal resume. During a prison transfer in Georgia, the bus was holding 35 inmates. Dubas and Ross somehow managed to overpower 2 correctional officers, taking their 9mm and shooting both officers to death. The man went on the run for 3 days, but was eventually caught in Tennessee and returned back to prison.
Both men are extremely.
Number 3, the Texas 7. The Texas 7 was a group of criminals that managed to pull the biggest jailbreak in Texas history by overpowering 9 civilian maintenance workers, 4 correctional officers, and 3 uninvolved inmates. During their escape, they managed to gather civilian clothes and IDs, made their way to the guard tower, subdued the officer in the tower, and took multiple guns and weapons before escaping to a nearby town. On December 23rd, 2000, the Texas 7 decided to rob a sporting goods store when a off-duty employee heard the commotion going on inside the store and decided to call the police.
They are in search of 7 suspects.
Old news footage captured the tense manhunt.
When the officer arrived, he was gunned down, killed 2 days before Christmas. Shortly after, 6 of the Texas 7 was captured at a hotel/mobile home and returned back to jail. The 7th one took his life with a gunshot to the chest. Number 2, Weslaco Menotti. On May 1st in Iowa, Weslaco Menotti was on a jail transfer van returning from court where he was just sentenced to 45 years in prison for a murder case. Weslaco Menotti's hands and legs were shackled, but he somehow managed to unshackle himself before the van could reach the jail. Once the deputies opened the door to the van, Wesley lunged out, slashing the officer's face, neck, and arm with a shank that he made from a toothbrush. Wesley made his way to the cab of the van, grabbed a service weapon, killed one of the deputies, and wounded another. After taking the deputy's weapon and keys, he drove the van through the jail doors. He abandoned the van a block away and tried to carjack another motorist. He was unsuccessful, and he turned his attention to someone else. He carjacked the woman and made her drive him across the state line, where he then let the woman go and proceeded to take the police on a high-speed chase, where he wrecked and was taken back to jail. Number 1, Brian Nichols. In Atlanta, Georgia on March 11, 2005, Brian Nichols was on trial for rape. A female deputy was removing his handcuffs to place him into a holding tank when he turned around and attacked the deputy, beating her down and taking her handgun. Nichols then went into the courtroom, shot the judge that was over his case, a court reporter, a deputy sheriff, killing them all. A large-scale manhunt was launched in the Atlanta metropolitan area. During the search for Nichols, the authorities found out that Nichols also killed a federal agent. The 26-hour manhunt was called off for Nichols when he was captured in Duluth, Georgia, with the help of a woman that Brian Nichols was holding hostage. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more content, and please feel free to add your comments below.